Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Caitlin from Caitlin Plans, and today is day 2 of my January social media planner setup. And in this installment of the video, I'm going to be taking on my Etsy planner, which is the second half of this planner. So in yesterday's video, I did the setup for my more regular social media planner. I got the spreads made. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the second half of this planner, which is the monthly style planner. I love this flora and fauna divider. Find joy in the small things. So in today's video, I'm going to be setting up this monthly spread as well as this monthly spread and kind of assigning tasks to all of the different areas, decorating that, and then doing a little bit of setup in this where I'm going to be keeping track of the progress that I'm making on different sticker sheets. So that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video, and I gotta pick out some stickers to do that, obviously. In yesterday's installment of this video, I used the Bright Type sticker book, which is so cute, but I don't want to use it for both planners at the same time. I do want to save a lot of these stickers for a catch-all spread, so I'm going to do something a little bit differently in the setup for this planner. And what I'm thinking is this combination, which I've used in a catch-all spread before, but I think it could be fun to bring it into this planner. So I have Biz Babe, which is a very well-loved sticker book of mine. It's getting pretty heavily used at this point, but I'm going to be using Biz Babe, Etsy planner, that makes sense. And then I'm going to be using this Mega Floral sticker book, and the set of stickers I'm using in this, if I can find them, might be over here, are these ones right here. So I have some nice larger florals still left in here, and then there's also colorful boxes that'll match those. So these ones. So there is a good amount of stickers to go around into making this a nice functional planner. But I'm going to start with the monthly layout. So popping this off of the discs. I need some sort of distinguishing terminology to monthly and then the other monthly. There's 2 monthlies here. That's the hardest part about using a monthly planner is which monthly are you referring to? So in this calendar, I'm going to be keeping track of some important dates as well as my monthly revenue running total. And I'd like to decorate the sidebar too with maybe some goals or sales goals or whatever. So this is going to be more financial planning in this spread is what I'm thinking. And then the other body of the monthly portion, this one, is going to be more about keeping track of expenses and designs and a little bit more general to-do stuff. So I think that's going to be the distinction between these 2 spreads. We'll see how that goes. I haven't planned in a specific Etsy planner beyond what I was doing in the mini planner, and then I realized that wasn't going to work out for me. It just didn't make sense to have to check in every week. I'm thinking a monthly overview was going to be a little bit better. So we'll see how this works, and in February I can move things around if things aren't working out in the way that I set it up for January. My January sticker release is going to be happening on the 3rd. So while this is a spread for revenue, I do want to outline the box to make note of this happening. And obviously that's going to have some sort of impact on trends in revenue, because new sticker designs. But I'm doing that for the 3rd. It's going to be Monday, January 3rd at 11 a.m. Central Time. And then the other thing that I want to note in here is that my Caitlin Plans website, I'm hoping to have it go live on the 1st. And this is something that I had listed out in my 2022 goals. So I'm not sure how fast of a turnaround there is going to be on this, but I'm putting that over there. I have the domain. I'm working on the website. So I'm hoping to have it live by the time of the release for the 3rd. So that way the platforms can work together, and then I won't have to deal with a bunch of Etsy fees on the 3rd. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. In the sidebar, I do want to do some kind of weekly check-in, but there is enough room to get decorative over there too. So I'll start with one of these larger floral clusters. I like the pink ones a lot, and I can kind of split it off the side of the page and then layer it with something out of that Biz Babe book. to bring the two sticker books together in this spread. I think they're going to be interacting with each other a lot more in the like monthly spread. And by monthly, I mean this monthly. But I do want to get some suggestion of what my theme is on this version of the monthly spread. Just trimming the edges off of this, and I'll have some nice fragments to work with elsewhere. Could do this one over here on like Saturday. There's still enough room for me to like write on Saturday if I need to write on Saturday. So I'll do that. And then with this last little fragment, I'll keep going down the side of the page, and it's not like a huge chunk of floral, so it's not gonna like make the 8th unusable. I love the colors in this one that says start and end each day with gratitude. And while I'm not doing any sort of like gratitude planning in here, I feel like the colors just go so well together that I want to make use of this over in the sidebar. I'm pushing it up against the line, but I'm trying not to cover up like the 9th and the 16th, just to get things like functional over there. And then I'm going to use these little page flag things to do a weekly check-in with the remainder of the sidebar. So I'm going to put 4 of them. Should I do 5 of them? Probably needs to be 5 because we have 1 extra week up here and 1 at the bottom. So maybe I need 6. I'm not good at math. A thing that, you know, if someone's running like a small business, they probably should be decent at math, but I am not good at math. So I'll start with 4 of them. And then, let's see, I'll white out notes up here and put the 5th one on top. And whether or not I need that is a different story, but just wanted to have that. So we've got that for like weekly check-in. It doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing. I know I wanted it to be pretty, but it also needs to be functional. So we'll keep it like that. I could also do like the weekly check-ins up here because I do have some flex space with that, but I feel like it doesn't make sense to put them into those empty boxes. So I'm going to keep it like that. Taking my Papermate Flair pen and just labeling these out like W1, W2, etc. so that I have an idea of what they're for. I do think it would be tedious to like check in every single day with like revenue or whatever. So I'm going to pick a few days each week to do that, but I'm going to take this priority sticker because setting that website up and getting it live is one of my big priorities, and it's going to be one of my 2022 goals. So I should put like a special box over there for it. And it just looks so cute with the pink. So we got that going for us. Got some like big goal stickers, like brain dump, today list. What else do I have in here? I love this one that says working for the weekend, and I'm like hesitant to bring it in because the rest of it is like soft blues and pinks, and then this is a mustard yellow. I don't know if there's any like other stickers in that size in the color palette in this book, but if there is one, I'd like to move it in here just to get a little bit more decorative. I know it's going to be like mainly functional, but something like that wouldn't hurt to have along the bottom of a couple boxes, although I don't think that's going to be a possibility. So moving on, for check-ins, I think Mondays would be good, like the beginning of the week, like end of the weekend, and then Wednesdays and Fridays. That feels like a nice set schedule for me. So I'm going to take my mild liner again and just draw like a little bar at the end of those boxes. Not a huge fan of the fact that it's going to be on one of those days where it's also two things, but I'll make it work like that. It doesn't look good. I want it to look good, but okay. We'll do that, and then I'll do the same for Wednesdays and Fridays. The those are all taken care of, and I want to do something similar to what I did with that priority box by taking this one. It's like a periwinkle blue, and it says important. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to use to label my January release day. I know I already outlined the box, but this just makes it stand out and look a little bit nicer. And then I will have to put something in here as like a reminder to send rep packages for the following month. I don't know what day my February release is going to be. It's always the first Monday of the month. That's kind of how it's worked out. The 31st is the like first Monday, but it's of January. So it's going to be like February. I have a calendar here. Why am I not using my calendar? Okay, so it looks like February 7th is going to be the February release. So I want to get rep packages out probably like on the 27th or the 29th, just so that they'll be there in time for the release date. I've been kind of bad at like sending them out in time just because I'm always working down to the wire to get the designs finalized. So I'm going to do, not remember, we'll do must do, a little bit more of a like direct like call to action. And I'll put it over here on the 29th. And that looks good to me. So that this isn't just random page flags floating around, I'm going to take one that says this week. And I think that corresponds very nicely to what's going on with these. And I'm going to title them right up here. And then I should put like some sort of mild liner to like indicate that these are spaces to write in. So I'm just going to put one little bar with each of them. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to do two. Yeah, it sucks that I have that white out there because that's not going to be able to be written on top of. So I'm just going to go down a little bit. And to keep it even with the rest of them, I'm drawing the second bar like on top of the line, just to give a little bit of spacing. And what I'm going to do with this is it's going to be a weekly check-in, like finance-wise, but also like number of orders-wise. So I'm going to do like a $sign in the top one, and then I'll have to figure out something else to write like orders. I could literally just write orders. That will not take up too much space. I think that turned out pretty nice. I'm going to do like a similar thing with all of these other gray mild liner boxes where I just write out like a dollar amount. And I'm really hoping that this video isn't like coming off as like a, oh, look at Caitlin, she runs an Etsy shop kind of thing. I am like positively overwhelmed by the support that I have received on my sticker shop, and I didn't anticipate for things to take off in the way that they did. So I'm kind of struggling to figure out like what organizational system works for me, because I just didn't have like the time to figure that out ahead of time. So this is what we're trying to make work right now, and hopefully that this video like is useful for people who like also need to do some kind of like small business planning. I have not seen a lot of videos on YouTube where people like honestly will go through and like talk about like their small business planning process. So I'm kind of like really out of my element here, and I don't know if I'm doing things right, but I feel like maybe by putting this content out there, you can kind of see trial and error wise what works and what doesn't work, and maybe apply it to your own business practices. So that is my intention here. I really don't want to make this a video where I like brag or anything like that, and I'm really sorry if it comes off like that, because that is not my intention. But this is what we're doing small business wise. I'm looking in the Florals book again just to see if there's anything like that I can further work into this. Maybe some blue florals will help kind of cement like the blue tones. Like this is all pink on this half of the spread. So if I like put a blue flower over that priority box, that'll help a little bit. Get another one and go like over here. some more foliage to go around this like must-do box. And I feel like that looks a little alone, so I'm going to take this really tiny little floral sticker to go with it. That looks kind of fun. Okay, so we got this going for us so far. I think that's what I want to do with the monthly spread in this planner. And just for aesthetic purposes, I'm gonna mild line January and 2022. Make them match the body a little bit better. So these are gonna go back into the planner. So far so good, and I think the next part of this undertaking is gonna be these pages of the monthly. So I'm gonna pop these ones off the disc. I don't know why I put this back onto the discs just to immediately take it off, but it's fine. Okay, we got these pages. I'm gonna start over here and kind of move my way to the right side of the spread. And I want to start with these habit trackers. I'm trying to keep the same kind of color palette that I did with the monthly spread. So like pink and blue. And I'm just taking these little page flags to make them stand out a little bit better. So I got like a blue, a peach, and then an even peachier pink. So these ones will be like the title boxes. And what I'm trying to do over here is like keep track of some stuff. So it's not going to be habits per se. It's going to be more like month at a glance kind of things. And what I'd like to do with this like first one is made a sale. So marking off the days that I've made a sale. I think that could be interesting to like see at the end of the month, like trend wise, like obviously it's not kind of arranged in the way that like the month is arranged. So the first isn't on a Monday, but it could be interesting to like kind of think about it, like what days are people more like apt to like make sales. We'll see. I don't know if these are like useless analytics or if I'm like actually onto something here. So I'm going to try it out this month and we'll reconvene for February's setup and see how that worked out for me. So the first one is going to be made a sale. And I don't like that it says habits because like made a sale is not a habit. So I'm going to wipe this out and I think I'm going to cover it up with a box so I can write something like days where I ... and then fill that in like with those prompts below. The next one is going to be went to the post office because I want to see like how often I'm actually bringing mail out places. Got a little cramped on that one, but it should be fine. And then I haven't decided what I want to do for the last one. It could be like some kind of like paperwork or like responding to messages on Etsy. I don't receive like a lot of messages on Etsy, so I don't know if I need to like have some kind of tracker for that. I'm going to find a header and think about this a little bit more. Oh, you know what could be fun? Keeping train noises. Not train noises being fun. Come on. I think it could be fun to keep track of days where I'm tagged in Instagram posts. I love seeing everyone's creations and I just think that would be like a cool like thing to keep track of. So I'm going to put that down in the last box. Up at the top of my little habit tracker thing, I'm going to relabel this with days where I ... Should it be days when I? Yeah, I think it should be when. So we're going to do a little bit of whiting out over here. Oh, I only need to get rid of the R and the E. Okay. Just changing that out for an N. Days when I. Okay. That makes more sense. So we've got that part going on. And then up here at monthly goals, I think I want to keep that the same as like sales goals. I've got these stickers that say big goal. And I feel like that could be something useful. I don't need this bottom part that says make a plan, evaluate progress, etc. And I think it'll fit better in that box if I get rid of it anyway. So I'm going to cut this last line off. And this will be like my sales goals for the month. There's no like, I don't have like a formula to determine what my goal should be. But I feel like assigning a number to it really helps manifest a goal. So we're gonna do that. And then I want some florals paired with that because everything needs florals, obviously. So I have the florals again, but I also have a colorful box that I was like thinking maybe I just need a little bit more room up here for something. I don't know what it's going to be, but my mind is telling me you need another colorful box right there. So that one's going there. And then I can cluster some of these little leaves around it to bring the blue up to this part of the spread, because it's getting a little pink. So some leaves will kind of help. Do like 2 of them like that. What do I want to do next? Could do like some foliage. That's looking pretty good. I have this last little like nub of a sticker. I don't know what this is from, but I can make use of it by just filling in that space right there. And then I'll take this floral to complete the cluster. So this one will just go right over here. I don't exactly like the appearance of clear stickers on top of foiled boxes, but that's an easy fix if I just want to like rearrange the layers of this. So I'm just peeling up the corner and swapping the arrangement of these stickers. They've kind of started to peel up the foil a little bit, so it's a little duller in this corner, but I think it's fine. So we got like a monthly goals section going on over there. And then in this check it off section, I want to keep track of like my designs for the month. There are 10 bullet points in here, and I already counted. And I'm someone who tries to do like around 10 designs a month, although I always get like overzealous with that. Like I tell myself it's gonna be a small release month, and then I'll do like 14 sticker sheets. So trying hard to keep it down to that 10, but I might need some bonus space elsewhere in this spread to like mark stuff out. So I don't need to do anything specific with those bullet points. I'm just gonna leave it like it is, but I will title it Designs. In this note to self section, I want to keep it for like business expenses. So I don't want this box right here. Also, I just don't like how bold it is. They've done a nice job kind of neutralizing the monthly spreads in this planner, but the last monthly planner that I had from the Happy Planner had like a really large black section up there, and it was kind of distracting from everything else I was doing in the monthly spreads. So it's a nice neutral thing, but that I could do without that black box. So I want to do this for like expenses. I just don't know how I want to title that. I got some more colorful boxes that I could definitely use. I'm going to use this like faux washi strip to kind of try to cover up some of the whiteout. There's a lot of it on the page, but maybe that'll distract from it a little bit. I'll put a decorative box over there. Happiness blooms from within in that navy blue. So that's cute. And then I just need like a pink colorful box to mark out expenses. But I don't have any of the skinny ones in the pink, so rose gold will have to do. We'll just title it like down here. And I'll have to put some page flags with it too to like mark out what expenses I have. But when I say expenses, I'm talking about like things like sticker paper, ink for the printer, mailing envelopes, labels for like shipping labels, like that kind of thing. I'm going to try to find some page flags that look like those ones, like the same size. I'm pretty sure I have some left in here. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to use as many of these as I can fit into this section. I don't know like how many expenses I'm going to have throughout the course of the month. That is something that varies month to month, but I feel like 4 is a good number to start off with, because I think there's about 4 categories of things that I spend money on. So sticker paper, like shipping supplies, like envelopes and the little clear plastic things that keep the stickers from water if your package should get wet in the mail. what else do I spend money on? Printer ink, but the printer I use is really ink efficient, so I don't actually have to buy ink every month, which is a blessing in itself. But I think 4 should be good, and if I need more than 4, I can kind of like column it out where I do like a second column to the right of that, or I could even just kind of keep it like as categories. So if I buy sticker paper twice in a month, I could just kind of add them under the same page flag. That seems logical. So we'll do that. This is looking like a good half of a spread. Now I'm going to flip over to the other half. And the first thing I'm going to touch over here is top priorities. And that's not going to be top priorities anymore. That's going to be my top 3 selling designs. And I don't know if I should do this for this month or the previous month. The planning in this is kind of going to be a month ahead. And that's what I'm like thinking I'm going to have to be okay with, because when I'm using this to mark out what progress I'm making on sticker sheet designs, it's going to be stuff for like the January release. But that's going to be stuff I'm working on in December. Like, I have to have the stickers done by the end of December to like have a January release on the 3rd. So I'm working a month ahead. So it feels weird to like have it be the top sellers for that month where I come back at the end of the month and fill it out. Like, it feels more logical for me to like use it as a place for like what was the big seller last month. But at the same time, like, it says January on the page, so I feel like it should be like January's top sellers. I'm going to use another box, and I don't know if that's something I need to figure out now. I could just write top sellers right there. That's an easy solution to this. And I primarily want to keep track of that to kind of sense like design trends. So if I'm selling like a lot of quote sheets, or if I'm selling a lot of things that are like animals, like I do a lot of animal stickers. So like I kind of want to keep track of like what's being like sold the most and what's not selling. I should probably like keep track of like my least popular item. I know that feels a little bit like negative for like this kind of planner, but I should keep a box for that so that I don't repeat my mistakes. Not that I feel like anything I make is like a mistake. I am very happy with my artwork, and at the end of the day, I'm making stickers that are things that I want to plan with. So, like, some things are just, like, not marketable. They're just things that I want to plan with. So, I'm going to keep that there. Should I swap these numbers out for, like, fun bullet points? No, I feel like I should have numbers to keep it in track. We got Dream with All Your Heart, some fun circles. When I was planning out that monthly spread, I did see this box right here, and it's a fun color palette. So I'm going to use that and layer it with this one. Just up here in this like jot it down section, a little bit more white out. I don't need this like black bar kind of floating around. I feel like it makes the spread look heavier to have like that really dark graphic black text up there. So I'm planning with a lot of like pastels and lighter colors, so I want to keep it like nice and airy. Dream with all your heart. Looking good. For these ones, I'm thinking that this section is going to be like managing my rep team. So like messages I need to send, or like surveys that I need to send out, like so that they can pick what stickers they want in their rep packages, or have you mailed out the rep packages, like that kind of thing. So I'm looking for a header to label that out. This header is from a different set of florals, but the color matches. So I'm going to use that, and I'll just white out a little space to put it, because I know that black line will show through it if I try to put it directly on top. So this one. And then I'm going to label it Rep Team. I feel like this half of the spread needs some more florals before I get too far. So I'll do some more of the smaller ones, mainly because the larger ones I have are a lot of pink, and it's already a lot of pink on the page. Trying to get more of that navy blue in, so these will be our best options. gonna put these florals down here, and then I want to kind of balance them out by doing something up in that top section. Like a little bit of this foliage could be fun, and then a flower to go on top of that. I've had this sticker book for a while, so I don't feel too bad about like using a lot of the stickers out of it. I don't know how I feel about like the tail on this one though. What do we have? Could be fun to do this larger one, even though it does have that tail. Easy to just like cut that off. And I could like layer it like that. That doesn't look too bad. Like it's not the neatest like sticker arrangement, but it gets the job done. And then I can pair it with like something else if I really want to. Maybe some like pink foliage just to kind of even things out. I feel like having it in a cluster of 3 will make it look a little bit better. So we'll just stick that one in there too. To balance that out, I do want some pink down at the bottom. So I'll take these leaves and just go like that. Voila. I'm going to take this floral and go along the bottom of the page. I know we have a lot of pink on the pages, but I feel like this floating in space needs something underneath it, so this is my best solution to that. And I could make it a little bit more like symmetrical by placing the other half to the right of it. Like a nice little central thing on the bottom of the spread. Moving in some more of that blue floral. Gonna do it like right here, and then cut the tail off of it. I don't really need floral stems. I just need like the floral like part of the flowers. Let's see what we got. Some blue foliage. I want to like keep bringing blue into this spread because I feel like if left to my own devices, everything will be pink, and that's not what I'm trying to go for. So that's looking all right. I feel like this is what's throwing me off. Could even just do it like right there. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we have that so far. Not sure what's going up in that area. Although I feel like I should have some like functional room up there in case I need it. So I'll take one of these boxes, or maybe even 2 of them, to do this direction. And even under that, like, okay, so now I'm like thinking in retrospect, under expenses, now that I have my own website, or will have my own website by the time that the release happens, web hosting fees is another thing. And I feel like I should keep track of like what like fees I'm getting charged, like, because you know they take a portion of like your credit card like fee. Like if you're paying with a credit card, you have to pay like 3% or something of like the entire purchase to offset the ability for people to use credit cards. And obviously when people are shopping online, they're using credit cards. So I feel like I should keep track of that and like how much money I'm spending that way. Take another one of these boxes just to go down here. And I want to find some like bullet points of some sort to kind of keep that rep team section functional. I know that I have some leftover ones in here. So I could just do a few of these. There's not much that I need to like do with the rep team beyond like sending out the surveys and like actually sending out the mail. They're self-sufficient adults who know like what's going on, so I don't need to like micromanage, but I think like there is a certain level of like responsibility on my part to like keep things running nice and smoothly. So I want to get some bullet points in there for that, because it is a two-way street. This random blue one floating around. Perfect. Okay. There were headers in here all along. Why didn't I use those headers? You live and you learn. Could change out that last blue one with a pink one to make it like a better distribution of the colors that I'm using in this spread. We're just getting into the nitty gritty right now. So pink, and this one that I thought I was saving from just floating around in space is just going back into space. Calling it good on this portion of the spread, and now I'm going to switch into the last part of setup that I need to do to keep my Etsy planner up and running. Learning from my past mistake and not putting it back on the discs when I know I'm going to need it. We'll take these pages, and what I'm going to be doing with this portion of the layout is keeping track of like design progress on the various sticker sheets that I'm making. So there's a lot of room here. We got how many? 8 on each page for a total of 16 in the spread. There is a second half of this if I need it, but I don't foresee myself making more than 16 sheets of stickers in a month, and even like 16 is kind of pushing it. So I could use a little bit more room to get decorative if I really wanted to, with like a quote sticker or something fun like that. We'll go back into BizBabe. Still keeping with that pink and blue color palette because I feel like it's a little too late to mix it up from here. I like this one that says, set a goal that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning. And while I'm not doing goal setting in this planner, or like this portion of the planner, I feel like the pink lettering is really cute and will match those florals. I will put some florals around it in a little bit. And then we've got make today count, which is another fun quote, and can just go over here, bringing us to a grand total of 14 possible sticker sheets. So what I want to do with this is start with the mild liner and just kind of make like a title bar for each of them. I'm not going to be using that very first bullet point because the top line of every section is going to be the title of the sticker sheet, so nothing that I need to like check off. So I'll get rid of those just to make it look a little bit nicer. I even whited out the first bullet point on this one. I don't know why, I was just kind of in a groove. So I'm taking my gray mild liner. You know it, you love it, it's gray. Can't get much more neutral than that. And I'm gonna just draw a line on top of all of them. Nothing too fancy. A few more florals before I get too deep into this. So I'm gonna assign like a set of bullet points for each sticker design. And I have some ideas about what I want to do in January, and I work a month ahead, like design-wise. And that's not saying that I have like the sticker designs for like the next month already made. What I mean by that is that in January, I'm going to be releasing stickers that are thematically for February, so that people have time to purchase them and get them mailed to them and make the spreads before those events actually happen. Like that's, like, if you're a planner, you probably want to plan and get your stickers done ahead of time. So, like February, like holidays and whatnot. And I'm playing around with the ideas still. At the time of filming, I have not made a lot of progress on like actually getting them designed, but you can expect to see like a lot of Valentine's-y stuff for February. What I'm kind of thinking like so far is like some kind of Valentine's Day quotes, or like a really sassy candy hearts could be fun. I know that's like a common one that people make, but maybe my own spin on like candy hearts. I'm thinking like some kind of Valentine's Day animal. I know penguins have been mentioned because, fun fact, they are a monogamous bird. So that could be one. I was also feeling flamingos this month. I don't know why. I just like flamingos. So that's another option. The one that I think I really want to make are otters, like significant otters for Valentine's Day. So that could be fun. I do want to do like a Galentine's Day theme because you know, Valentine's Day isn't only about like romantic love. It could also be about like the love that you have for your friends. So doing that, and in true like Parks and Rec style, probably getting some like some of like the imagery from like that show. I know waffles are a motif of Valentine's Day in its true form, in like Leslie Knope form. So we'll see what happens with that. Like Valentine's Day cards and mailboxes. And by me saying this stuff, I don't promise you that any of this is going to happen, because I have like a lot of ideas. It's still the beginning of the month. So that's like Valentine's Day. Maybe going a little bit more like risque and doing like a lacy lingerie kind of thing, because I just like have wanted to draw that. I don't know how well that's going to be received, but that's something that I do want to draw. Non-Valentine's Day stuff, National Pizza Day is in February 9th. My birthday is in February, so I want to get like another birthday sheet made. And it's not going to be the same as the birthday sheet that I already have in my shop. I want to do like a revamp of like, or like a redesign of a birthday kind of thing. Maybe like something that's a little bit more my style. Not that my original birthday sheet isn't my style, but something that's a little bit more Caitlin. I know February is also Black History Month, and I'm still playing around with what I want to do with that. I want to make stickers available, but I also at the same time don't want to profit from them, because it feels like icky for me as a white woman to profit off of Black History Month. So what I'm thinking is doing like a sticker sheet or two for Black History Month, and then all of the like proceeds of that donated to like some kind of foundation. But again, I'm still working around with details, so I don't have any like set things in mind right now. If you have ideas on like a foundation that you'd like to see like the funds go towards, I would be happy to hear out some options. I'm still doing like research, so figuring that out as we go. But that's kind of what I have for February. Oh, and Groundhog's Day, of course, my favorite holiday. So that's what we've got so far. A lot of options, and I got to distill it down into 15 sticker sheets. So we'll see how well that goes. I like my little corners. And now I'll show you what I'm actually going to do with these. So for each sticker sheet, there's like a few different steps that need to happen before I have like sticker sheets in my hands. So obviously like the first thing that needs to get done is like drawing the design. So step one is draw. And then I need to get it uploaded to like the Cricut design software. I use Cricut to produce all of my sticker sheets. I find that it works really well, and I like their cutting machines. So the second step is going to be Cricut design, or Cricut upload probably. And what that entails is like uploading the image and making sure it's not blurry, and sizing it right so that it'll print out to like that 5x7 size. So all the like technical stuff on the back end. And then after I get that uploaded, I'll do a test print of it and make like a sample sheet. And when I'm making sample sheets, I try to like print them all on paper and a clear copy, just to like feel out like which one is going to be like the final version. Does it look good on clear? Should I skip doing clear versions for that design? All of that stuff. So like test prints, making sure that like the cuts are right and it's not like cutting in weird places due to like a human error on my end. So test prints are the next step. After that, I need to do an Etsy listing, but because I'm going to be trying to move over to my own website in January, I'm going to be leaving the Etsy site up. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm thinking I'm going to leave the Etsy site up for like traffic over there, but trying to get my business primarily onto my own site. So I'm just going to write like listing as the next bullet point. And, you know, if you want to sell stickers, you got to make them available to be bought. So listing is important. And then the last one is doing the digital download files for people who prefer to like print them at home. So that's going to be the last bullet point. And sure, there's a million other things that like go into the process of like making a sticker sheet. And I could break this down like even further, like primary sketch, like the preliminary sketch, and then adding the color in and doing like the line work and then drawing the border around them so that the Cricut knows where to cut. But I only have 5 bullet points, so I had to pick 5 important steps, and it's a nice like gauge of where things are at, because I'll oftentimes like draw multiple sticker sheets and then upload them all to Cricut at once, or I'll do the digital downloads in a batch. So it's not like I'm going through all these steps like in order for one sticker sheet before beginning on the next one. It's kind of scattered where I am at like progress wise for all of them. So this is like a nice gauge of where everything is falling, and by the release date I hope to have everything checked off on this like spread. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this. I'm gonna have to go ahead and write this into all of the different like checklists on this page. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'll be back in just a second. In your time, it's gonna take me much longer to write this all out. Do you ever get to the point where you've written something or typed something so many times that it stops looking like a word? Because we're at that point right now. And this is a good, I don't even know what word I'm looking for right now, and it's bad for me to be looking for words when I'm writing words, because then I'm going to try to write what I'm thinking of. But this was a bad idea to handwrite this all out, is what I'm trying to say. And it is a good, like, enter word here, that next month I will not be handwriting everything. I'm going to print out stickers with all of these words, and I can just type them once, print some stickers, and then just pop them into all of the different boxes. But this is a nice lesson learned. And if my arms weren't hurting before this video, they are now. Today I got both a flu shot in one arm and my COVID booster in my other arm. I haven't had the issue that I had last time I got a COVID shot, which was several months ago in like March, but where I couldn't feel my arm or like lift my arm. It was not fun, but I can feel my arm still, which that's always a bonus. But maybe not after this. Maybe this will just kind of like bring that back, without even having like the shot. Okay, I gotta finish this. I already spelled one of these wrong, and I'm sure something else is spelled wrong on this page. I just haven't seen it yet. I used whiteout to fix that one, but you can play a fun game where you spot the typo, and they're not even typos because I'm handwriting everything out. Final stretch here. Alrighty, these are all taken care of. I want little like page flags to kind of like list them all out, but I don't know if I have enough page flags. I'm gonna do a little bit of digging in my BizBabe book just to see if I would be able to do that. I just went ahead and flipped through it, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough stickers to do that, so I'm gonna have to leave it as is, unless I know like another book that has a similar color palette with little page flags, but nothing's coming to mind right now, so I guess we'll have to leave it as is for now. Okay, I think I actually found what I needed. So Minimalist has a whole bunch of these little check marks, and while they're not like page flags, I think it would be helpful to be able to like check off once all the steps are done. Like, that makes sense to me. So I want to kind of accumulate them on like a separate sticker sheet so that I don't have like all the blue ones at the top and then all the pink ones. I could even color block it out where I do like all the pink ones at the top, and that might be better for like organizational purposes, not to have to pull them all out of the sticker book. So we'll do a little bit of color blocking with these. So I'm going to start with this blue gray up at the top, and I'm trying not to smear any of my writing. I used a Papermate Flare pen, which I normally use in my happy planners. And if you don't let it completely dry, sometimes you can smear the writing, especially if you're using like a new pen because the ink is so liquidy. So trying not to smear anything. I have gray for the next row of designs, but it's the only one on this page. So I'm gonna have to find another sheet of the check marks. I'm not gonna be able to write out like the sticker sheet titles yet because I don't know what they are. But if you have any suggestions on things that you like absolutely have to have in the January release, let me know it down in the comments and I will try my best to make that happen. This is going to go back onto the discs. And this has been a very long video, but hopefully it was useful to someone. It was useful to me at the very least because I got this all set up. So I'll call it a successful video. And with that, my Etsy planner is all set up for January. So we got this with all of the different sticker sheets that'll be like made by the release date. We've got this, which is kind of like the analytics dashboard for everything. I personally like this section, the days where I section. And then we've got this monthly with all like the revenue tracking. So I think this will be useful. There are more pages after this. So we've got another set of these, which I don't think I'm going to need. And then I have a set of note pages, which might be helpful for like scratch paper. And then I have like a currently page for this planner, but I don't think I necessarily need to set one up. So I'm going to keep it at this. I don't even know if I have a currently page for January in the way that I Franken plan this. No, I don't. Okay, so I don't even need to worry about it, at least not until next month. I'm going to go ahead and call it done. I hope this was helpful to someone out there, or at least entertaining, or, you know, relaxing. Watching me put a lot of stickers on pages is maybe relaxing to someone. I personally like putting stickers on pages, so hopefully you do too if you're sticking around. And that'll be it. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner related content, and follow me on Instagram at Caitlin Plans, where I share after the pen photos as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching and happy planning.